Hello and welcome to the Gogokid Classroom version 3.0. We are confident this new classroom will provide a great environment for teaching and learning for you and your students. My name is Paige, and Uni and I will be walking you through some of the tools and functions and features of this new classroom. You will see the first thing is visually, you will see that the video feed is on a different side of the classroom. Yes. Now, if you're wondering where to look, the answer is still, of course, at your camera. If you have an internal camera, look at the middle of your screen where your internal camera is. If you have an external one, you can simply move it from the right side to the left side so you can have it above your student's feed. You will note that the view of the teacher, you will see the text appears backwards. It appears normally for the students, so don't feel like you have to have things in reverse letters or mirror things for your student. It appears as normal for the student as it does there. Now, while we're talking about video, as you can see, we have the countdown timer still going, and my video and my audio are on. It is possible to have the audio and video on prior to class start time. To have your video and audio off before class, you will simply do this. By turning off and on your audio, by hovering over your picture, the student will not be able to see or hear you prior to the start of class time. Now, in this new version of the classroom, it is still incredibly important to heed the Start Class button. As you can see, it is not yet start class time yet, and there is a do not click button over the start class time. I can't start class early. You cannot start class early. So next to the start button, you will see a countdown clock where it's counting down. Now it's less than a minute. Ooh, get ready for class. And once it gets to the precise class start time, the button will change from red to green. You'll be able to click it. It is very important to click the Start Class button because it marks your attendance. And then once you push the Start Class button, it will convert to a timer of the amount of minutes and seconds which you have been in the classroom with your student. Remember, classes are always 25 minutes. Make sure that you are not starting before or after class time. Make sure that you are having that full 25-minute class. Now let's go ahead and count down, get ready to start our class, and Uni and I will take you through more features. As you will see, there are some things that are not available, like the IT call for help button prior to the start class time. So here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Now we push start at the exact start class time. Once I've hit start, you will see my clock will change to a timer of how much time I have been in the class with my student. It will also, if I've been going through the slides, bring me back to the beginning. Now that I have my student with me, we can go through all of the tools and functions and features together. At the top, you will see there where it says test room. This is simply where you will see the lesson topic. The lesson topic just depends on the class, whatever the topic is for that class. Below that, you will see the class level. You will see the unit. You will also see the lesson number. So these things will also be reflected on your bookings page. You will be able to see the level, the unit, and the lesson number as well as in your class history. Now in the right-hand corner, you will see the IT call for help button. It's that question mark. It's moved from the bottom left. Once you click it, you will see a few options. You will be able to refresh the classroom or contact technical support. It is recommended that you try refreshing the classroom prior to contacting technical support, as many issues can be fixed by refreshing the classroom. By going into technical support, you will see that there's a menu of 2 options. You can call about student issues or teacher issues. So if your student has some network instability, for example, I would click this and then hit submit. If I'm experiencing any issues, you can go ahead and click any of these. Once you have called IT for help, at the top of your video feed, there will appear a notice that you have called IT for help, and it will also display the reason for the call. You are not able to recall the message once you've called out. IT will come. The student will also display a similar message if they have contacted IT for help. Once IT is getting in contact with you, you will see a message in the chat box. They will get in touch with you this way. Please check the chat box and see if there are any messages from IT and respond to them accordingly. Next to the IT call for help button, you will see the settings icon. The settings icon will allow me to check camera, speaker, microphone, or go to the equipment test. The equipment test, you will sometimes see it before you enter the classroom. It will have you cycle through the settings and check to make sure everything is okay prior to entering the classroom. If you need to check your equipment with the equipment test, you can also get it in the classroom this way. If you are experiencing an issue with your camera, speaker, or microphone, it is recommended that you check your settings. Now you also have the full screen button. My class is currently in full screen, and you can see if I click it out of full screen, it will get smaller. If I click full screen, my screen will take up the entire screen. Now that we've gone over those basic tools, we're going to go ahead and see what's on Uni's screen. Ooh, so take your mouse, hover over, and you will see two operations. You will see there is an operation authorization button. By clicking this, the student will not be able to click or draw on the screen. When I click it, there will be a slash over the hand. And you also will see in the bottom of the student screen a hand with a do not or no symbol over it. You can click it to have them be able to click or draw or use operations again. Now take care with this button. The students greatly enjoy being able to use the interactive classroom tools and draw on the screen, so you know your students, make sure you're always adjusting the class to their needs and take care when using this particular feature. Next to the Operation Authorization button, you will see that there is the Award the Student button. This is the button to use the built-in reward system. A big change from the older classrooms is instead of stars, the built-in reward is now gems. Ooh, gems! So you can tell them, you're a gem, click the button, it'll pop up on the screen, nice and bright, and the number of gems you've awarded the student will be up in the top left-hand corner. How many gems? 5, still 5. So your pacing should be about the same. I typically give the built-in reward about every 5 minutes. Whatever you choose to use is up to you. Now, with the built-in reward system, you will be able to award 5 gems. Know that this is usually not enough for the students to be encouraged in the class. It is still required for the teachers to still use the built-in reward system as well as a secondary reward of some kind. I like to use felt food. Put it up behind you so it's visible to the student. Have it be visible to the student throughout class in another way as well. Remember that the policy about secondary rewards is that it is just something the teacher brings to class. So it's not anything that's already in the classroom. It's something that you're bringing to class. You can tailor the secondary reward to your students' individual needs. You know what your students enjoy. For K-level students, I enjoy simple rewards like food. Down below the student, you will see your video feed. You will see in the top left-hand corner, you will see the internet condition. The internet condition has a total of 3 bars. If you have 3 bars, your internet condition is good. On the bottom corner, you will see the volume bar. This is an indication that your volume is working. It will simply move while you talk. There's nothing for you to do to change either of these two things other than making sure that your sound is working and your internet condition is stable. There's nothing for you to do any of these 2 buttons. You can't click on them. This just is making sure your internet connection is stable. Hardwired Ethernet is recommended. Plug it in, guys. And then down below, you also want to make sure that your sound is working. Yes? Down below, you also have the chat box. The chat box is very similar to previous classrooms. You'll be able to type messages to your student like so, and the student will be able to receive it on their end. There is also still a built-in translation feature. They will see a translate button and they will be able to receive the message in Chinese. Now, if I send an emoji, they will also be able to see the emoji, and I love Uni, so I'm going to send him a heart. So you have the choice of being able to send a message or an emoji to your student. Do know that if the student is using the Classroom app on an iPad, they will not be able to text to you. They will not be able to type messages, but they will be able to receive your messages. Just know the chat box does not save after the class for you, so just make sure that you take note of your messages. Now moving over to the toolbar, you will see the tools are similar to tools you've already been using in your Gogokid Classroom. The toolbar, you will be able to use the pointer, pen, text, color selection, eraser, and the clear all button. The pointer will allow you to interact with the interactive features of the classroom. I can click the song, pause the song. If I have a slide with things to click on, like these fruits, I can click the fruits and they will go to the basket.
Hi.
A new feature of this classroom is if you would like to reverse the animation, you are able to do so by using the up arrow key on your keyboard. So I'm able to put the fruits back on the tree. Before you would have to go to another slide and go back to reset the animations. Now you're able to just use your arrow key and reset the animations that way. You also are able to use the pen tool. The pen tool you can draw all over the screen. The big thing to know is the student and teacher's pointer and pen tool are still linked. So whatever you have selected, so will the student. If you would like the student to be able to click, make sure you have the pointer enabled so they will be able to
Hi!
click. If you would like the student to be able to draw, make sure you have the pen tool selected. Because of the Operation Authorization button, if you have it disabled and you are trying to have the student click, even if you have the pointer selected, they will not be able to click. So take care. Make sure that you keep in mind the Operation Authorization button, the pointer, and the pen tool. The text tool will allow you to type on the screen using your keyboard. Please select where you would like to type the message. You will click out of the box, give it a moment, and it will appear on the screen. Next to the text tool, you will have the color selection. You are able to select any of these colors currently in the system. If you would like to suggest more, feel free to leave your suggestion. So I want green. Now, the eraser will erase things off of the screen part by part. It also works according to the stroke number. So if I would like to erase the lines, I can do it part by clicking on each line. If it is all connected in one piece, it'll select it all at once. Now if my student draws all over the screen, you can simply clear everything off of the screen by using the clear screen button that looks like the garbage can, and that will clear everything off of the screen for you. You are able to navigate through the PowerPoint using the forward and backward arrow keys. You also are able to use the arrow keys on your keyboard, forward and backward. Boom, 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 boom. Yep. You also are able to jump to a desired slide in the PowerPoint by typing the number before the slash. So change the number before the slash, type it, push enter on your keyboard, and it will load the desired slide. This is handy because remember in a trial class you don't have to finish all of the slides, so if you don't finish all of the slides, you're able to jump to the goodbye slide. Down below you will see the teacher directions. The teacher directions give you information about the objectives of the slide and the content you should cover. It is important to know that it is not meant to be a script for the teacher. This is a K1 class and I am teaching the vocabulary word hi. In the directions you will see it says, say help Dragon pick some fruit. Can you help Dragon? I would not use this language with a real K-level student because they're simply learning how to say hi. So this is a good example of keep in mind your student's level, appropriate language, and that sort of thing. It is important that you note that for a trial class, you do not have to strictly follow the teacher directions. You are able to be creative. The point is to have it be a fun and engaging experience for the students. For a core class, you want to make sure the objective is covered for the slide as well as the content. And for a core class, of course, you want to finish all of those slides as well. All right, those are all of the tools and features of the Gogokid Classroom version 3.0. The team has been working very hard. Now, as of right now, there is no separate whiteboard or ability to change the trial classes. These are under development and will be released in June or July of 2019. We are confident this classroom will provide a great teaching and learning environment for you and your students. Now you will note that it's been after 25 minutes. My timer is still going. This shows how much time I've been in the class still. Know that the class, you can stay up to 60 minutes from class start time. So if you would like to stay and practice in your last class of the day, for example, you have up until that 60-minute mark, and then the system will automatically archive the class. Once it is time to finish the class, you will click the Finish Class button. The evaluation form will pop up. Do know once you hit the Finish Class button, you are not able to enter the class. So thank you so much for joining me. Again, my name is Paige, and Uni and I have been so happy to take you through the Gogokid Classroom version 3.0. Let's go ahead and finish this up and see our evaluation. Now, because this is a test class, I have just put a picture of a feedback form. As of right now, the feedback form should be similar. Now, make sure you do your feedback form within 12 hours to receive full pay. If you have any questions about any specific things I've mentioned in the video, to read things more in detail, Freshdesk is the best place for you to get that information. There are many helpful articles about policies and procedures about being a Gogokid teacher that you should be familiar with as a Gogokid teacher. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I'm excited. Thank you so much.